What's happening, everybody? My name is Charles Blades, and this is the Current Gaming Podcast. I am joined today by Cheyenne Clark. What's going on?
Hello.
You see, I had to pause because my girlfriend has this thing. Yeah, you knew what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You knew exactly what's happening. Aaron Weeks.
What's up?
What? Double eviction. Take me through it. Take me through the double eviction.
I mean, it was kind of boring, honestly, because you can predict what's going to happen. It's like
It was
market
so
on
predictable.
targets.
Yeah, it was. I did not think it was a good double eviction. So did you watch the Friday show?
I don't know.
No, you didn't watch the Friday show.
I'm not.
It was
I
like the
honestly
recap.
don't remember.
It was like the recap show of the whole season, basically.
Oh no, no,
All right,
not.
well, there was a little like tension they showed in there, but like it didn't actually materialize.
Tension
so,
didn't materialize.
I was whatever. And then our resident keyboard warrior over there, David Morgan, fighting the
I'm
fight
in a
on Facebook.
hot Facebook debate right now,
He's,
and if I get distracted, it's because my little ticker's going off like,
he
this
has
shit had replied to you.
He has time traveled to 2011 to have this fight.
This is my everyday. You think that you got out, like, that's fine. I'm still in it. I can't leave.
I got out
Wait.
like I was fucking Bruce Willis and Die Hard. Like I don't.
No, you're like in fucking
Got out, dude.
1408. You gotta get out of the fucking Facebook hell of arguing with people about everything.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing that. That seems like a.
I have
mistake,
Facebook, and I
but-
never do
Because
that.
it's easy to win.
Is it? Are you really a winner? That's how you feel about yourself when you do these things?
I win, but they just don't even know it. They don't know how wrong they
I'm
are.
sure that's exactly how it works.
And like a
we
couple
have-
weeks later, jump back into that thread, just be like, dude, I won, just so you know.
Just a couple weeks later, yeah. We have kind of a slow news week going on this week, but we're gonna be talking about Discord. We can talk about what Sony's got coming up, but first we're gonna talk about everybody's favorite thing: sales numbers for July in 2017. And the NPD report came out, and these are the best-selling games for the month of July. Starting with number 1 is Splatoon 2, which came out in July. Not a big surprise. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which came out at the end of June, but like it lost its first day or two sales to that, but still charted at number 2. Then Grand Theft Auto 5, which I don't know how it still sells, but good for it. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, was the release of Final Fantasy 12 that came out last month, and apparently that's selling well. And then Legend of Zelda, Injustice 2, Mario Kart, Overwatch, Tom Clancy, your regular suspect, usual suspect. Is that what it is? Is that the phrase?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the phrase. Aaron, what do you think about this?
I think it's pretty cool. It's cool to see the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy up there still, especially if you're hoping for like a Spyro or something like that eventually. I would personally love to see a Spyro, like reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it. So it makes me happy to see that Crash is doing so well. Still surprised by Injustice that it's up there at all, especially since it was up there, a couple months ago?
It's been
last
up there.
month?
It was number 1 the month it came out, which I think it came out in May, and then it's been there ever since.
Other than that, I'm not super surprised by the list. I'd say Injustice is the most surprising one. Grand Theft Auto, I've given up on being surprised by that. Like, I have no fucking, I don't understand. Tom Clancy's maybe, the Rainbow Six Siege is a little bit surprising, but
Yeah, people still
people
playing that
love
game.
those games, so.
Ubisoft got that on the, what would you call that game? Strategic first-person shooter market kind of corner. Cheyenne, you care about this at all? Splatoon 2, top on the list.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised. I can't really remember a whole lot of other games that came out in July, so, you know. And a lot of people are still looking for games to play on the Switch. Like, David's always looking for something. He's super
Oh,
happy
hell yeah.
Sonic Mania came out. Like,
I forgot to
he's
buy
always,
Severed.
like-
I fucked up. I bought Devil May Cry and I forgot. I was like, oh, I could have gotten Severed on the
Severed.
Switch.
Yeah, Severed's
Fucked it.
Yeah.
Severed's a great game. But yeah, you guys, both of you, David, you can join in too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, beyond that and Sonic Mania, that's all I've been looking to buy on there. I don't know. I kind of like don't know what we're talking about because I was too busy fighting on Facebook. To be honest with you. But I'm gonna close my Facebook tab now.
Good. I'm glad.
Now
So
we'll
before
get
this
a little-
podcast, approximately 45 minutes ago, I was like, David, you want to play some Battlegrounds?
Oh,
and
mostly
Dave-
I just didn't want to play Battlegrounds.
And David
That's
looked me
all
in the
it was.
face. He's like, I have to be professional, and I'm going to read all these stories before we do the podcast. I can't play with you. I'm so sorry.
I got a one-track mind, boy.
and then proceeded to not care about the whole first news story. So
Mostly I was linking this hilarious picture in Discord of
It's-
Aaron with a bad haircut.
it's not.
Oh, what the fuck? Is that what the joke was?
It kind of looks like you. That's fine. Not really though.
This is great
That's
for the
incredibly
podcast.
insulting.
This is
All right,
high
thanks,
quality
nigga.
content right now on the podcast. This is very polished.
Yeah.
The kind of thing people tune in for.
I mean, it's you fucking it up. What are you talking about? High quality content.
I'm fucking making a joke, making light of the situation.
What is the situation that needs to be
You
made light
crazy?
of? We're doing
Yeah,
like a
dig
humble
myself out of the hole.
podcast, and you're
Let me
like,
dig myself out of this hole and get back on track. I'm in it, okay? I got my tabs open, my news stories, we're ready to go.
all right. Well, if
I'm
you're so
in.
ready, what do you think about Shenmue 3 being published by Deep Silver?
I don't really know Deep Silver's track record, but it was originally a crowd. It's a crowdfunded, right?
Yeah. Well, Deep Silver in the past has published Mighty Number 9.
Mm-hmm.
I think they published Agents of Mayhem that came out like last week. And what was the other terrible one that I'm painting this brush?
Stalker, Clear Sky. That's cool.
No, Homefront: The Revolution. That came
Oh,
out
wasn't
last
that
year.
game
Yeah, the
bad?
game's like notoriously bad.
Well,
But they
at least they're the
also
publisher, not
published
the developer.
Persona 5.
Did they publish? They didn't publish Persona 5.
Oh, they
Did
did.
you even read the article? Like in the very first paragraph.
They did not publish a Persona 5.
No, there's no way. This story.
That's what it
That's
says.
an error because they didn't.
Matt Davidson fucked up.
Atlas
There's
published Persona
No,
5.
Sega
That's
published it. Atlas.
Oh.
Is the developer.
the developer. I'm an idiot.
Persona
Ignore me.
5. We're gonna investigative
We're-
journalism right here.
That's
on
not
the,
right.
For sure,
I know
that's
Deep
not
Silver
right.
didn't publish that.
Publisher.
Platforms. Let's see.
Publisher. Oh, they published it in Europe.
Oh well.
Oh, well, why didn't they?
All right, they don't
It didn't come
clarify
up
it.
on their resume.
It says the publisher certainly has formed recent releases include both Persona 5 and Yakuza Kiwami. That's a little misleading in
Yeah.
Matt Davidson.
Mhm.
Matt
Also goes
Davidson.
to show the high level
Oh,
of
Matt.
preparation that goes into this podcast.
It also goes to show the high level preparation in Matt Davidson's news stories. Where
Hey, he's the one fucking us around now. That wasn't not
yeah. Fuck off, Matt Davidson. That's not
Yeah.
cool. No, I'm sure you're.
I'm glad it's getting a publisher to get things back on track. I think that's a good. It'll basically give them. I don't see Deep Silver being like, hey, this is our vision for Shenmue 3. Like, they know what the fans want. They know that this is a very heralded niche series, and they're probably just going to give the developers a little more time and a little more money to get out a polished product on top of the initial crowdfunding that they sought.
Cheyenne, does
So-
this bother you at all? That it originally was crowdfunded and now they're picking up a publisher for it?
No, I know nothing about Shenmue, so I don't care at all.
Aaron, do you want to move along from this topic because you don't have anything else to say, or do you have something to say?
I mean, I wish I did, just so I couldn't like give credence to that fucking ridiculous joke you just made. But
Yeah.
yeah, we can Shen move along.
Well, no, I actually now I'm thinking about it. I have a take. This is bullshit.
All right.
Fucking don't crowdfund your game if you're gonna get a publisher 2 years down the road. Fuck you, fuck you. Not fuck Deep Silver, I guess, but fuck fucking. I don't even know what is the development
I
team
don't know.
called. It's
Some
just
guy.
Shenmue 3 series creator Yu Sakuzi. Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not gonna try it. Yeah, I'm not gonna try it. But fuck that, dude. They kickstarted this game in 2015. They were already like, EaseNet.
Right.
That's what it is.
Kind of reminds me of another game that got kickstarted and then sought more
Fucking-
money afterwards.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. It's like
Double Fine's masterwork.
not the same, literally at all.
Yeah, huh? They were like,
literally
we need more
completely
money.
different. Yeah, but they went to the fans and did it. They didn't pick up a publisher.
Well, then is that what these guys should have done? Was it
Yeah,
right for them
if,
not
if they
to
would have
ask
done
the
that,
fans?
I would have been a lot happier.
I don't know. What do you think
I
the
don't know.
percentages of the fan contribution compared to the publisher? I'd like to know that. That'd be. An
I don't know. It's not my. The publisher is making money off of a game they didn't have to put in the entire.
They didn't have any financial.
I mean, I'm
gamble
sure
on
they're
this.
giving them money now, but like it's fucked up. That's like fuck. That's fucked up. I don't like that.
I guess when you put it like that.
I don't like. It's just it's shady as fuck. It's like basically they were just using the fans' interest in the game, and like they started a Kickstarter to prove, hey, publisher, people care about this game. You can like now sign us, and we'll do what you want, as opposed to like actually making, which is what I kind of feel like Kickstarter should be in general, which is why I don't like donate to Kickstarters because I feel like there's a lot of shady shit that goes on there
Mhm.
sometimes. So like I don't know. That's just it. Yeah.
Do you think that the time of kickstarted indie games is kind of starting to wane?
Wayne, I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
Well, there's that one game, edgy hack and slash, like kind of Castlevania game. What is that fucking called? With the dunce hat man with the thorn crown.
Dunce Hat Man with the thorn.
Got the really violent imagery and like the giant baby. boss.
What?
No.
You know what I'm talking about. Fuck, I'll hang on. I'll
You
figure
guys
this
are
out.
getting it right into current gaming. David fucked up, and let him know what did you say? Rose Thorn in the
It's
pumpkin clown.
Sounds like you're describing Passion of the Christ.
Blasphemous. Blasphemous is being
never heard of
kickstarted.
it.
And that's a pretty high profile game. right
Oh,
now.
that's right. Yeah.
I think it looks dope. And then there's also Bloodstain, which is literally the Castlevania. It's like the Mighty Number 9 of Castlevania games because it's like the original, some of the original people working on it. And so that hopefully will not end up being shit. They got $5.5 million. Bloodstained.
Yeah, Bloodstained is another one, but like they picked up a publisher too, and I'm still like what the fuck? Because like you're selling out. I don't know. It feels like you're selling out your fans. Is that like the fans were making this, and it was like a very intimate thing, and now you have this fucking big publisher come in.
No, I agree.
So,
I agree with
I
that
don't know,
point.
That shit just pisses me off. Anyway.
Mhm.
Next, I mean, it doesn't really piss me off. I don't really care because fucking the game looks like shit anyway. But whatever. Next story is actually one that I do care about a little bit. Crackdown 3 has been delayed to 2018. In a statement from Sumo Digital a statement from Microsoft Publishing, Shannon Loftus said, "We want to make sure we deliver the right game with the right quality at the right time. Crackdown 3 is a hugely ambitious game, and we want to ensure we deliver the right experiences all the way through every part of the game. Whether it's the campaign, co-op, multiplayer, or our competitive multiplayer mode, Wrecking Zone, getting the balance right between the three modes is important, and we are going to take the extra development time to ensure that gamers can expect Crackdown 3 in spring 2018. Well, how do you feel about this, David? Or no, hold on, let's start with Aaron. How do you feel about this?
Okay.
I've been trying to do a snake.
Okay.
I mean, I'm alright that I don't have an Xbox One, so like
I mean, you got a
don't
PC.
really care. I mean, I'm probably not gonna play it on PC either, just because like, I mean, you guys know just from my experience trying to play PlayerUnknown's Battleground, like my computer kind of sucks.
Is Crackdown
so-
3 coming for Windows too?
Yeah.
Oh.
All their games are on Windows.
I'm not in like any great hurry to get any new games on my PC, and I've never really been into the Crackdown series.
What
But
do
if
you
they
think
have
it
to delay
means
it
for the
to get it
market?
out, then
You don't
good for
think
them.
you didn't like Crackdown 1?
I didn't even play it.
You're trash.
Crackdown 1's fucking classic.
Crackdown's
I've always heard
fucking
good things. I always meant to. It's just one of those things I never got around to playing.
Great game.
Incredible game.
I was gonna ask you something else. Hold on. So all their games are on thing, including their racing series, which is called what, David?
Forza.
What is it? What is their racing series called, Aaron?
Forza?
What is their racing series called, Cheyenne?
Forza.
No.
Wrong.
Forza.
It is not fucking
both wrong.
Forza.
Just
Alright,
like
how do you
It's
guys?
so dumb.
Just like
Pizza.
it's pizza.
Pizza.
It's not pizza.
Forza.
I mean, David's technically right, but like,
Yeah, I still think it sounds stupid.
No,
it
you
does
don't
sound
sound
weird.
stupid.
I
I don't-
prefer to
Alright,
say
You better,
Forza.
you
even
better
though it's
always
wrong.
say pizza from now on.
Okay,
Cheyenne doesn't like pizza that much, so.
you're right.
It's not.
How you
Cheyenne,
guys-
do,
you're not me.
do you like Crackdown at all? Do you care about this? Segue.
Don't know anything about it at all. So
How do you feel like this is going forward for Xbox in general, David? Is the thing I think you were
Man,
hitting at
stop.
before.
Here's what I think. Here's my take on this. I think that Microsoft knows Xbox is like dead in the water as far as platform exclusives go. So this is one of their last chances to prove to their player base that they have the ability to make quality AAA exclusive games. And they probably the Crackdown 3 previews weren't received that well. It like people were saying it didn't look very good. It wasn't really doing anything new. And I have a feeling that the Agents of Mayhem feedback is also feeding into this. Like, oh shit, we need to really make this stand out. Or people are just going to say, this is just another big chaos-imbued kind of open-world city destroyer game. And they're probably just kind of like getting cold feet about releasing it too soon. It is bullshit because this game has been delayed like 3 or 4 times now. And we've been talking about it since like 2015. And it's definitely time to release it, but if they think that it's not going to make the splash that it needs to, I understand them delaying it to make it really good, but they have no option now but to release an incredible game. And games that get delayed this long usually are not very focused, and it sounds like they're biting off a little more than they can chew with like the modes. They said that they were really focused on the multiplayer too, which kind of makes me
Yeah, the
nervous.
multiplayer
'cause-
has the cloud computing stuff where like all of the destruction of buildings is rendered in the cloud, I guess, is whatever.
Yeah, and that's cool, but I
the
don't know.
gimmick.
I don't think this game's gonna be good. I don't.
No, this
I
game's
think
not
that
gonna be good.
they want it to be, and they're just trying to like
No
do
game
everything they can.
that got announced in 2014 is going to be good. I'm sorry. Like, that games that
Last
haven't
Guardian
come out
wasn't
since
good.
2014, yeah, exactly.
Back
Because the way games work is they're constantly iterating on one another. Whether you take it like open world games, and then like every game that started development after The Witcher is going to have some of the elements of The Witcher out. That's why Fallout 4 felt stale in comparison to The Witcher, because it came out and it was in a vacuum where it hadn't had the foresight of that's what open world games should be now. And if this game got announced in 2014. It's probably been developed since 2012 or 2013, since around the launch of the Xbox One. So like you have to imagine that like this game has like fucking features in it that aren't up to snuff by like the games. That
It's
come out
it's
today.
too late for the core of this game to really do anything new in 2018.
That's
now.
at least that's what I assume is gonna happen, and wouldn't be surprised if I'm right. But
I
like
agree.
also like going forward, I don't know how I feel about like so Xbox has canceled Scalebound. They canceled the Fable Legends game and
there's a
shuttered-
list somewhere of all this shit.
and shuttered the developer of that game. They have the only real first party game that they've come out with this year is Halo Wars 2. And like that's not like gonna set the world on fire. For all intents and purposes, it could have been a great game. I don't know. I didn't play it, but like that's not AAA like high profile kind of thing. Compare that to Sony, which has released Gravity Rush 2, which again is not the highest quality AAA thing or anything like that. But then also Nier Automata is exclusive to that. That's not a first party, but what else? There's like 3 other ones. Horizon's obviously the biggest one, and then there's one more I'm forgetting that was exclusive this earlier in the year. Fucking
Did you
Dark
mention
Souls.
Persona?
Or Persona, yeah, that's another big one. And Nier 2 was the other one I was thinking. Or not Nier.
Neo?
Neo.
Neo,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Nier was not. Well, it was console exclusive.
Well, it's kind of all there. Oh well, I mean, if you're gonna take that route, then Microsoft has no exclusives because everything
No, yeah,
is on
none.
PC. So
Because
so I'm kind of like splitting hairs because
I
like
see.
console and PC.
If you're pitting them up against
Yeah,
each other,
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense.
But like that, going forward, I don't see a way in which they're gonna have a bigger first party lineup unless they start making investments in new studios and purchasing them or creating new teams and stuff like that. Because right now all they have is Halo and Gears, which like Gears 4 was cool and Halo 5 was cool, but like those are like last gen like series that like aren't doing anything new. I don't think.
Microsoft doesn't have a Naughty Dog.
Yeah,
or,
they don't.
That Game Company or From Software. They don't
I
have.
mean, they don't have a Sucker Punch that makes Infamous. Like they don't have.
Yeah, they don't
like,
have
they don't have-
anything
yeah.
on that caliber. They have the remains of 2 good studios, Bungie. 343 I guess isn't really quite comparable, but Rare now is just like the remains of
And
studios.
the
that
Coalition
are,
is like some people that worked on Epic for Gears.
right, way past their prime, and they're just trying to push out games of the quality that those studios are no longer capable of making,
Mhm.
with basically deadlines that cannot be reached, which I think is putting a lot of strain on them. And I think that's part of the reason that Scalebound got canceled is they maybe expected too much. Kamiya didn't agree with their vision on this, and I don't think they know how to manage a studio anymore. I think that it's been so long since they've had a really, really competent studio that could hold their own and make incredible exclusive games for them that they just don't have. They might not even have the buying power. I mean, it's going to be rough for them. I don't think the Microsoft gaming division even makes money anymore.
No,
I've
it definitely
read
makes money. They're like for as much as like doom and glooms were painting, they are like the Xbox.
I
is a
swore I
success.
read last week that the Microsoft gaming division was losing money this year. I could be wrong about that.
I don't know, but like the only solace I can take from this is the fact that like all of these games that we're talking about are stuff that had been in production or in some form of production before Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox now, came on, and it's kind of stuck in that like whole Xbox mantra from a few years ago where they were talking about TV and sports and whatever, that big press conference that became a meme. And like it's all kind of like they've corrected on a lot of fronts where like they have backwards compatibility that's just better than Sony. They have the Xbox Game Pass, which is a cool deal. They have EA access and stuff like that. And
Okay.
so hopefully
I was very wrong. Let me clarify. I was very wrong. They made 1.9 billion last quarter in the Xbox division, which is a lot of money.
otherwise known as taking a loss.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I was wrong about that. But I don't know how that compares to like Sony and all that. But you're right. I think that as far as like infrastructure goes, Xbox Live is great, arguably better than PSN because
No, not even arguably. It's better. Like, that's not even
the
an
download
argument,
speeds
really.
don't get throttled as much. It's more user friendly. I'm sure that the customer service is better. I mean, from what I've experienced, it is.
You can change your
they-
name.
Yeah, exactly. What they need is just software. Honestly, they have all of the building blocks
Yep.
for a great brand. Sony, I think, is just going to get complacent next gen, and I think Xbox is going to make a huge comeback because they seem to be putting down kind of stepping stones for customer friendliness with all the services that you just named. I mean, the backwards compatibility and the Games Pass alone are miles ahead of what Sony's offering with the PS Now,
Yeah.
which is basically a buggy, laggy streaming service for games that is
To be
just
fair, I haven't
not.
played it at all, so I don't know.
It doesn't feel like it's out of beta. It's got a lot of input lag. They needed to basically with this latest firmware update advance that, and I don't think that they did. Even though rumors were going around that you had to check if you were using PS Now in the new beta for the new firmware update. But I don't think they actually did anything with it, which is a bummer. Because I'd like to see that service work better. Because I want to play
Yeah.
Demon Souls and Red Dead. That'd be great.
Yeah, Demon Souls and Red. Like I thought about doing a free trial so I could play Ni no Kuni, and like that's not one that requires a lot of like precision and stuff like that. But yeah, Demon Souls for sure.
Yeah.
Also, while we were talking, Donald Trump tweeted, "Our great country has been divided for decades. Sometimes you need to protest in order to heal, and we will heal and be stronger than ever before." And he spelled heal HEEL. Jesus
Woo!
fucking
Heal.
Christ.
He wants us to heal like fucking dogs.
Like what the fuck?
Sometimes all you need is another civil war to
That
get
shit just
back
fucking.
on track.
I was trying to have a conversation and just Jesus Christ. Anyway, that segues, I guess, pretty good into our next story, which is about Discord and putting in new policies that will be tested and kind of banning alt-right servers and fringe like KKK and neo-Nazi groups in Discord. Discord, if you don't know, is the service that we use for the podcast, and then also that if you play PC games, it is the chat client you use basically. Since like I guess Skype sucks now. I wasn't. Everybody used Skype, and then like when I bought a PC, I was like, all right, well, we'll be on Discord. I'm like, I don't even know. I thought Skype was the fucking.
No, did you miss
hotness.
the days of having to like? I used to raid and WoW, and every guild would have like a different service they would use. Like Aaron, you can back me up on this. They'd be like, "We're in Vent," and I'd be like, "Okay, I'll download
Yeah.
Ventrilo," and then they'd be like, "We're in VoIP," or not VoIP. That's like the catch-all name. They'd be like, "Aaron, what is the other one? It's not Vent. It's TeamSpeak. We're in TeamSpeak," and I'd be like, "Okay, let me go fucking download the TeamSpeak client."
Yeah.
And there's like 5 of those, so you'd always be hopping between all these softwares, and it was just such a pain in the ass. Now everybody uses it, which is great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Discord.
Skype is bloated.
Discord. Aaron doesn't like Discord on his phone though.
The fucking phone app is dog shit. They need to fix that.
It's not.
It's so bad.
Great analysis, Cheyenne. You have a bunch of servers with your Reddit friends on Discord. Tell me about those.
Reddit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Overwatch Reddit Discord. There's a Girl Gamers Reddit that I joined their Discord.
So
I'm
do you-
also on our
how-
games.
I don't know how I don't use Discord for anything but this and playing Battlegrounds with David, basically. And so how did Discord like? Are there actual like when you join a what is it called? A channel, I guess would it be? What you call it? Do people talk in it or do people just chat? in
Yes.
it? That's
Well,
fucking weird. I don't like
no,
that.
do you mean like? It's mostly like
It's
not
text.
voice chat.
Yeah, text is what I'm saying. I'm saying like if is it just like if I join the Big Brother Discord, is it gonna be fucking like 30 people talking over each other in the fucking thing?
Probably the Overwatch Discord. Like, if I go to it right now, there's like, it like takes a while to load because there's thousands of people.
So is it
And-
is the timeline just like out of control? Like you can't even read it? Like it's like a Twitch chat?
I mean, you
or, like-
can read it. It depends
Does
on
the voice
the.
chat just sound like a windstorm? Like if there's that many people talking, I can't imagine you'd actually be able to hear anything.
Well, I never really joined voice chat. And a lot of people aren't usually in it. They're mostly used for like if you're looking for a game with a group, like, or especially the Overwatch. Like if you're playing Overwatch, you'll get in the voice chat and be like, hey, like anyone want to group up? So it's mostly just the text channels that like, I couldn't even load the text channel on my computer because there was so much going on. But other ones are like smaller, like the Girl Gamers. Obviously, it's not going to be as huge as something like the overall Reddit for Overwatch. So like it's sometimes there'll be like good discussions or like other times it'll be just kind of empty. But it's cool. You especially for like the Girl Gamers or like the Overwatch Reddit, like you can find new people to play games with, talk about things that are unrelated to games. Like there's always like a music or a movie channel, and you can talk about other things. It's really cool. It's a cool way to meet other people that are interested in what you're interested in. So I really like that about it.
That's cool. And if
Yeah.
you're interested in being a Nazi, you can't go there anymore. So
I'm
that's
about to
cool.
say you gotta go somewhere else if you want to be a Nazi.
gotta take your Nazi stuff. I was wondering. I was thinking about it as we were talking about the voice chat. Do you think they used it to make the blood and soil chant? Did they? Is that what they
You
used?
think
the
they use
voice chat?
Discord to land on tiki torches as their fucking?
Yeah, I bet there's Discord servers out there. It's
Probably.
like, all right, you gotta buy it from Big Lots.
I saw
They
a
got the
tweet
best
where it was like, it looks like they're mad. They're going to like a fucking like barbecue, and they're mad that Candace put cilantro in the guacamole again.
Yeah,
It's the funniest thing. I've
Oh
ever
my
seen.
god.
This next story is about EA, talking about how EA games, the choice whether to bring them onto Switch has a lot riding on the success of FIFA 18's port over there. Patrick Soderlund spoke to Edge magazine. He said, "We want to be part of Switch and help Nintendo grow in that install base, but at the same time we have to look at it from a resource standpoint, and at some point the numbers become a factor," and so on and so forth. Basically saying, if FIFA doesn't sell well, I don't think we're gonna be doing anything here. David, you care?
What
at
a
all, or-
terrible way to gauge interest. That's the exact kind of behavior I expect out of Capcom, but not EA. Like, even EA should know that people buying the Switch aren't buying it the same way people are buying an Xbox. Like, I'm gonna play FIFA 18
Yeah.
on my Switch. I'm gonna play the downgraded, inferior version of this game on the Switch. Like, I don't think that's why people bought it. People bought the Switch to play games made for the Switch.
Mhm.
At least I did. I feel like a lot of people
Yeah.
did. I think what EA needs to start looking at is how can we adapt our existing series into games that work on the Switch and are exclusive for the Switch, and really use the hardware and its limitations in the best way possible, instead of just, oh, let's just put FIFA 18 on there without the shaders and a limited, crowd size
the
or something. And then-
shaders?
I don't know. I just
What do you think?
Some-
You put shaders on FIFA 18? Do you think that's how that works? You shade your team, and there's like shade in the stadium.
no. That's a
No, like-
that's the
No,
shadow.
I'm making fun of you.
I
There's
don't
not-
know
There's not a shader
what you're
slider in
joking.
FIFA 18.
I
There
just
is
kept
not.
thinking of the Destiny thing, like you fucking just apply colors to your
yeah.
jersey.
No. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, that was
I
the joke
didn't
was
get the
making.
joke. I'm
It's
sorry,
fine.
but
It's cool.
I don't think that's a big bummer to me that this is what they're looking at as the metric. I think that they could do a lot with the Switch if they maybe had a smaller team, or a smaller, like, one of their teams working on FIFA 18 Blitz, and then it's like a cool, like, I don't know, like fucking cell shaded kind of like Mario Strikers
FIFA
game.
Street
that's-
or NFL Street or something.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. That is good on the go. It has shorter sessions. It works better in a handheld format than let's play FIFA 18 but on my Switch,
Yeah,
because that's
Cheyenne,
not
do you
what
feel
people
the
want.
Same way. Or
Yeah, I don't think people are buying a Switch to play FIFA.
Like-
Nor do I think that people who own a Switch are that interested in playing FIFA. So I think that's a really bad. They're gonna see that people aren't liking FIFA, and they're like, well, I guess we can't make any more games for the Switch because nobody likes our games.
Yeah, that's
That's
like
stupid.
there. I would be interested in like they never did it with the Vita, but like if like I play sports games, like if I could bring my like save onto the Vita and then like have that on the go if I want to, like if I'm going somewhere, I could do like a few games in my season. That would have been cool, but there was never like that, and it was like they would, yeah, it's the same thing. It's a dumbed down version of like a AAA game, and then no one wants to play it because it's dumbed down, and then they're like, we can't put the resources in it to make it not dumbed down because no one wants to play the dumbed down one. It's like like a vicious cycle kind of thing, and it's like stupid. Aaron, you gonna play FIFA on Switch? I know you're a big FIFA fan.
I wouldn't play FIFA on any system, but
You're a big.
I would
Tottenham
like to.
Hotspur
I think
fan.
it'd be cool if they brought them to the Switch, because someone like me who doesn't fucking care about sports games, I feel like I would be more likely to play it on a Switch than on a console, just because of the portability. Like if I
Yeah.
could just sit, like if I was traveling somewhere, which I mean I don't do that often, but if I was traveling and I was like, you know what, I don't have anything to play, why don't I pop in FIFA and check it out?
Mhm.
Way more likely to do that on the Switch on the go than on a console.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mario Strikers and Mario Golf and Mario Tennis and all that kind of stuff are gonna be the sports games for the Switch, and those are like more, yeah, that's more up that alley. This last story we have here is about Sony, and they're doing a Paris Games Week presentation. Paris Games Week happens at the end of October, October 30th. At trying to figure out what time, 12 Eastern time. Yeah, but they're doing a big blowout thing at Paris Games Week. It comes right after the release of Gran Turismo Sport. Kind of wanted to get your thoughts as what they might have there, Cheyenne. If you have anything that they might show.
I
there.
mean, I guess I'd be excited to see a little bit more about the Horizon DLC. 'Cause
Mhm.
that's mostly what I'm excited for from Sony right now. All we know is that it's coming out in November and that it's probably in Yellowstone, and that's about it. So
Mhm.
I'd be happy to hear more about that.
Aaron, do you think we're gonna see anything from any other games, any new releases or anything like that?
I would like to hear more about, and I mean, I'm 99% sure it's not going to happen, but I think it would be cool to see more about what's CD Projekt Red's new game, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk
Oh, yeah.
2077.
I mean, I would love to hear more about that. Sure, we're not going to, but it'd be cool to see that there.
Maybe. I'm not against that idea because like Poland is in Europe, Paris is in Europe. These are things
Same
that
thing.
There you go.
All of
Gotta
Europe.
happen.
Those check out. David, anything?
Here's the best reveal they could do. It's the night before Halloween, so
Oh, you're
the
right.
lights
Set the
go
stage
down.
for me. Set the stage.
The
for me.
lights go
Ooh.
down. Some fog rolls onto the stage, and then some jack-o'-lanterns lower from the ceiling on little ropes like they like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the screen,
That shit is terrible.
and the jack-o'-lantern, some of them are people, and they're wiggling around for no reason. And then on the screen, you see some spooky trees, and you're rolling up a foggy cemetery. And then the cemetery gives way to a big, spooky city with a lot of cool, detailed architecture and some cool, wacky figures. And then on the screen, it says nightmares, but then it gets crossed out and it says dreams. It was a Dreams trailer all along, and here's our Dreams release date, and here's what you can do in the game, and here's what it actually fucking is. And then the conference. Everyone goes home, confused but kind of happy. I want
Yeah,
more
I think
Dreams.
that-
God
think
damn it!
Are you excited for Dreams?
I just want to know what the fuck it is.
Are
They were
you in
doing
the-
all these live streams and shit, like you
Are
can
you
build
in the
houses really
Dreams
fast.
Discord with 30 other people.
No, I'm not like chomping at the bit, but like, come on, just fucking. I want to see Dreams, and I want to see Watam. Where the fuck is Watam?
I want to
That's,
see Wild.
What is that?
That's the Michelle Ancel game, and then he just went off and fucking. He's making Beyond Good and Evil 2, but it's just this. It was this game that got announced like 4 years ago, where you're just like you mind control animals basically, and you can go into like a boar and stuff like that, in the woods. It looked really cute, but then
Yeah.
also I think the game that's actually we're probably gonna get a release date from of early next year is Detroit Become Human, because Quantic Dream is like based in Paris, and like that would make a lot of sense to me. I think.
I think it'd be cool if we saw. I don't know. I can't even. Besides those two, those are the only games that I want to see that they haven't really released much info. In a couple of years.
More Kingdom Hearts gameplay would be cool. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Would it be would it be too small of a conference to have like a FromSoft announcement, like one of their VR games that they're working on?
I don't
For
know. I
Sony?
feel like you wait. That stuff happens maybe at Tokyo Game Show. Is that what it is?
Yeah, that'd be more wise. That's where from.
Or PSX even in December. But yeah. So, but they're doing an event October 30th. We'll have wall to wall coverage on that, won't we, David?
That's right. I'll be right there. I'll be like stretched out from wall to wall,
Wall to wall.
covering everything literally.
This next segment of the show is what we are playing. We're gonna be talking about the games that we've been playing throughout the week. Aaron, I'm gonna let you go first because you've been playing a game.
Living on the edge, I changed it up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
So still playing Persona and Breath of the Wild. I haven't made a ton of progress on Persona. I think I'm getting pretty close to the end. I'm on like the 7th palace, or I just finished the 7th palace. So that's cool. Still working on Master Mode. Haven't made a lot of progress in that. I think I've got like 2 towers, something like that. Combat's frustrating, but it's like still fun to play. So I just kind of do that when I'm like, pretty much just when I'm pooping is when I play my Switch.
How often is that?
Well, I mean, at least once a day, hopefully.
How
I'm just
long
thinking
do you
it's going
poop?
well. Pretty long, you know. I take my time. I like to sit in there.
Give me
Think
the
about what I've
regimen.
been
Tell me how it lines up. Tell me all the steps that you take.
No,
Okay.
I don't
I
want
hate
to do that.
long poopers. It makes no sense.
I'm a long.
Dude,
Just
long
get
poops
out
are
of
the
there.
best.
I don't like to push it
No.
out. You hurt your butt.
Tell you
You
get hemorrhoids.
shouldn't have to push so hard.
It's in there. It's inside me.
Sometimes I try to control the speed at which it comes out, just because I want to be in there longer, so I can play
That's
Switch.
weird. That's too much.
Yeah, I don't.
Not
When you
to
like,
play.
when you like pinch it off halfway through for fun.
Yeah,
Oh my
dude, you have to.
God.
Like, if I'm in the middle of something, I
Ugh.
don't want to get up and interrupt it. It's just like
No.
I got to put a stop to it, you know?
I don't like that.
See,
You
see,
fucking
clench
will.
up your asshole.
You telling me you don't do that?
Oh my god.
You constrict your sphincter to pry more Breath of the Wild
I
time.
have excellent
Oh my
control of
God.
my bowels.
You can
That's good.
play it on the TV
You just-
too. You don't have to just do
You
the
just-
But dude, if I'm in the
Let
middle of
out.
like an intense Lionel fight, I don't want to have to stop and get up and take care of my business right then and there, you know?
You can just
I have to
leave it
control-
hanging there. Like you don't have to.
No.
You can just sit there, even though it's.
TJ, you have to be in control of the situation. You can't let things like that get away from you.
I don't understand. It doesn't
This
make
is
any
wrong.
sense.
So anyway, other than that, I've been playing. I saw that Don't Starve Mobile Edition, like on iOS, was I think it was like 99 cents.
You're like, let me head to the bathroom really quick and check this.
No,
out.
so I picked that up because it was 99 cents just to have something to play on my phone at work, like if I've got some downtime or whatever. And so I've been playing that. It's pretty cool because I actually never played Don't Starve when it was on consoles and stuff. So it was fun to check that out. It's a little like clunky and weird trying to like do everything on the touchscreen
Mhm.
because there's like the menus are kind of complicated and Don't Starve, I feel like, to be on such a tiny screen. But it's not terrible, and it works, and it's got, I think all the DLC comes with it too. I haven't really looked into it too much.
Does that multiplayer on it? I know they released like a multiplayer thing for.
I honestly don't know. I
Okay.
only played like probably like 30 minutes to an hour of the like single player mode.
Yeah.
I want to say it did, but I'm not sure if it did on iOS.
Okay. Then I guess we can move on to Cheyenne. What have you been playing?
So David and I are playing Undertale on the PS4. He played it on PC and I saw most of the game, but we really like the game and it's been a while since its release, so we bought it again on PS4 and we're playing through it. And it's an emotional ride. It's got amazing music. It's really like unique.
I want to do a spoilers cast on that when you guys play it. I
Yeah,
think it'd be a good game to
Yeah.
talk about
it's
at length.
definitely something fun to.
My question is, why is Undertale not on the Switch?
I
Yeah.
think
It's
because
on the
Toby
Vita,
Fox
the
might
number
be-
one handheld of all time.
It is on the Vita.
Yeah. On Vita. I don't know who ported it. I don't know if Toby did it himself. Probably not. I think that it took them so long, so I don't know. Switch is probably just maybe it's coming. Maybe Sony bought an exclusivity deal.
Yeah,
Unclear.
that would
It is
or
unclear.
they helped him port it over, kind of situation.
Yes, they probably had a studio do it.
That makes a lot of sense.
It'd be a good Switch game though.
But you've been having fun trying with it.
Yeah,
You've been
I mean,
talking,
I really
talking
like it.
ghosts and ghouls out of doing stuff. Isn't that what
Yeah,
the game's about? I'm not
Yeah,
really
it's
basically.
sure.
kind of like that.
I mean, kind of, yeah. It's really cute. Like their enemy's like a little frog, and or there's this little Iceman who has a big fancy hat, and he really wants you to look at his hat because he's very proud of it. And
He
if
really,
you, if you,
really wants to take over the Southern Kingdoms.
yeah, and if you ignore his hat, he gets really upset and he won't fight you anymore. So
Yeah, it's
It's
like
really
every
cute.
fight is like a little puzzle.
yeah,
Very cool.
unless
very
you just
cute
want to
game.
fight him and kill things.
Yeah, you can
What
also.
is-
just
I want to
learn
play the game like that, just like it's a traditional
you
RPG.
can.
You
just like
can.
you
That's
fuck everybody.
your. That's totally up to you. That's why it's great.
All right, cool.
Morally gray.
David, you've been playing. You've been going fast recently.
Yeah, played Sonic Mania. I beat it 4 times this week, which isn't a lot. I mean, that's not a
Jesus
lot.
Christ.
It came out like a few days ago.
I mean, I can sit and beat it in like probably 3 hours now that I know what I'm doing. It's not a very like it's the Sonic game. It's not that, but it's meant for replayability. And it's fucking
You've been
great.
playing it when you poop.
No,
'Cause
I don't
Why
Sonic
actually
not?
shit.
Dude, it's like you don't know how to use the Switch.
they don't play anything when I poop. Oh my god.
It's like you don't know how to poop, David.
No, I poop pretty well. I just don't like to.
How regular are you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Like every day.
Okay, that's good.
Pretty regular. I've been eating Fiber One bars.
Oh my
I,
god, I ate 4 bowls of Rice Krispies yesterday.
That's
Why?
good.
Like just
Why?
one after another. I was using the same milk. I was just
Ew.
pouring in the old milk.
Wasn't it
Your
warm
milk
after
turned
like
into,
the
like,
second
porridge?
bowl?
Yeah, it was. It got pretty
That's-
warm.
That's disgusting.
And like I poured a little milk at the end, but I also let it sit there for a little bit till they got soggy because I like to swish them around in my
No.
mouth.
That
Oh
is.
my god.
Well, I'm not.
That is incorrect.
That's
Like
what
all of that.
I
What
was
you're
a
doing.
big fan of Rice Krispies.
wrong.
Snap, crackle, pop. You know what I'm saying?
Snap,
Yeah,
crackle,
you
pop.
gotta
If someone who's a
have them
fan
when
of
they're
something
still
wouldn't
crackling.
butcher it in such a terrible way.
Snap, crapple, poof.
Is that
Good
where your
one.
mind went? Is that how we
Good
started talking
one,
about your
bro.
Rice Krispies?
Jeez.
He's proud of that one.
Jesus.
I've been playing
wrong.
Madden. I played this story mode in Madden. I went to San Francisco like 2 weeks ago and did that. I can talk about it now. But it was cool. It's what's his name's in it? Mahershala Ali for like 5 minutes. He has lines. It's a sports game story. It's kind of like Friday Night Lights. It's not like anything like revolutionary or anything, and they like focus a lot on the story, and like the story's not good enough for them to just solely focus on that, and there's like no gameplay in it basically, which I thought was a bummer. But yeah, I've been playing Madden, so that's cool. I also have a review for it if you want to check my Twitter. What does this meme? Games you struggled to finish, I think. Meme?
Oh, I see. I don't know.
All right, David, you got some hot takes for us.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, break
I have
it
a
down.
pretty good one. This will
Break it down. Is it about your bathroom gaming habits?
No, because I don't game in the bathroom.
All right.
I like to focus on shitting, and then I'm actually better about not sitting in there forever.
You tell me you're good, like you're a
No,
good
you're
pooper,
in
but
there
you're clearly
forever.
not. If you have to sit there and focus,
You ever
something is
cross
He's
your
in there
legs
for,
when
like,
you poop?
I
30
just read
minutes.
Twitter and like chill on the toilet and think because
That's
it's my
awful.
private time. Anyways, here's my hot opinion.
Mm-hmm.
No, like I'm gonna like broadly define this. No pure horror game has ever had good gameplay.
Pure
Every horror game that isn't like an action horror game like Resident Evil 4 has had mediocre at best gameplay.
Well, I mean, I don't understand
do I
that
mean
because
by
like
this?
the
I
game's
mean
by
that-
definition not focused on
It's
gameplay.
like he's like, what does one mean by this?
What do I mean by this? What I mean is games that are aesthetically and atmospherically focused on unsettling and scaring you over all else have bad gameplay. Games
the
like
fuck?
Silent Hill 2. Let me fucking talk. Silent Hill 2, bad gameplay. Actually, all of the Silent Hills have bad gameplay. Early Resident Evils have bad gameplay. Why? Because by taking player autonomy away and by making the controls clunky in some cases, you basically instill this feeling of kind of like you don't feel like a fucking killing machine because you have tank controls and you have clunky aiming. Everything is fucking hard to hit. It's super awkward. And then in other games like Amnesia,
Wait, pause. Wouldn't that make it good gameplay? If it's
no,
like,
it's not.
is
It's
it-
not good
'cause-
gameplay. It's gameplay that's gimped in favor of making you
Well, no.
weaker
So
as a
the
player.
point of the game is to scare you and make you feel underpowered.
That's why I don't
And
understand
if
the
the
argument.
gameplay does that, isn't it good?
No, because it's not. It's not like if you took the gameplay from those games and took them out of a horror setting, it would not be a good game.
Right, but that's
But
not.
what
You can't do that. Like that's not. Like
What
fucking
the fuck
Silent Hill
Games that
2
are
isn't a
focused on
fucking.
horror don't have good gameplay. When by definition, if they're focused on something else, their gameplay isn't going to be as good as the
That's
game.
kind of like
focused
what
on
I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying this needs to like change. I'm just saying that this is how it is.
Also, Bioshock's kind of a horror game.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it is.
I think
I think
it's
it's an
like
action
a
game with like horror elements, but it's like
that's what
Alright.
that's what I say.
Okay.
I say that like yes, I think that if you took the gameplay, if you took like the controls and the combat of like Silent Hill 2 and put them in a traditional RPG or action game, people would be like, this is fucking awful. This is unplayably bad. But because it's Silent Hill 2 and the atmosphere and the horror are so good and you're so focused on those things, you don't notice that the gameplay is kind of like really lacking or really pushing you in a direction of helplessness and like kind of crippling you from like a design perspective. Because that's the point, right? Because you
Well, I
don't
would
want
say,
like
yeah, because that is the point. It does it well. Like it's all
Yes,
about like
I'm
the
not-
expectations.
yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that like
No, you
a
said
game
it was
like
bad.
Amnesia.
that's.
I mean,
I
the
remember-
gameplay is bad. The gameplay is bad, but I'm not saying that that is a bad thing. In concept, it is a
Well, then this
clever
isn't a
way.
hot
You're just
take.
stating a fact. It's not
Yeah.
a hot opinion.
Well, I mean, I thought one of you would be like, but the gameplay in fucking Amnesia is top
Well,
notch.
I was going to mention Resident
There's-
Evil 7 because
Yeah,
I
that
think
game has
that
good
has a
gameplay.
has a good balance of like some good puzzles,
would-
some really scary moments, some good boss fights.
And then
Like
it sucks at the end.
That kind of goes into what he was saying with action, though. Like Resident Evil has a little. Or Resident
No,
Evil
I mean,
7
I think Resident Evil 7 is the best
Resident Evil 7 is a horror game.
case scenario.
It's got
It
more
is.
action though than most. I feel.
It
But
is a
it-
horror game,
but if you-
I think that's like
No,
way
it
more
is.
than 5 and 4 and 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
And I don't know why I put them out of order like that.
Sorry.
But like, if the Resident Evil 7 gameplay is very, it's good. I mean, it's fine. But like the mechanics and like, is the shooting really like as good as something like Destiny or another like really good console shooter? Like, no, of course not. But it is serviceable and it does what it sets out to do. And by being in first person, you don't need to have like a kind of clunky mode of moving around because you can't see in all directions around your character, right? So-
I'm trying to think. Like it doesn't have that much. Like Outlast.
Like, think
does
of a
fine
horror game with
gameplay.
good gameplay.
Like Outlast, for whatever it does it fine.
Like you were
recently.
looking for someone to say Amnesia. For what Amnesia's trying to do, its gameplay is fine.
Like yeah, it's not.
But the
like,
gameplay is literally just walking around.
It doesn't
like,
have much gameplay. That's just it. Like
Yeah.
that's why it's not an
Okay,
argument.
but then I'm saying that like a fucking game like Amnesia cannot have amazing gameplay like a fucking system like what's a game with really amazing game like
And that's
Bloodborne
like saying a
or
board
Dark
game
Souls.
can't have amazing gameplay. Like that's because that's not what it is. Like
Board games have great gameplay. You played fucking Trouble?
what?
That doesn't that
That was
analogy
not a
doesn't even
board
work
game.
because board games can't even be fucking. They're not even the same like analog. You can't. What fucking board
Yeah,
game
board games are
gameplay
in
are you
stereo,
talking
you piece
about?
of shit.
Yeah, what was I thinking? I don't know.
Like I want to. I mean, I don't think it's possible to
I'm
have
trying
a
to
game.
think another genre that like applies to what you're saying, but like. I
Like
don't
that
know,
was
it
like
just
collectible, like trading card games don't have good gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess not.
right?
But I
I mean,
mean,
that's
but the
just what
thing
they
is, the
are.
barrier of entry to a horror game. I don't think that all horror games need to have bad. I think that it could be done that a game is really scary, but once you give the player too much autonomy
4
and too much
Dead.
control over their actions. I mean, is Left 4 Dead really a horror game though?
Well,
It's
I
like
mean,
a
like,
cheesy B-roll
all
action.
right, so your definition of a horror game is like when the gameplay gets too good, then it's not a horror game anymore.
No, because I mean, maybe the fact that these are action horror games in my mind are because they have good gameplay and because it's so
The
easy to
first
mow everything
Fear.
down.
I feel like this is a good topic, but it's
Dead
not a hot
Space.
opinion.
Maybe that's it. Man. I just kind of wanted to talk about it. Honestly, this is kind of like my topic.
Yeah, I
Like-
think your scale for things is like as soon as the gameplay gets good, it's now an
Yeah,
action
and I
horror
was
game.
saying Fear. I was gonna say Fear is a good example, but
Well,
also
maybe that's the topic. Is like, where's the line between horror and action? Like, when does a game stop
like
being a horror?
Bioshock. I don't know.
I don't think Bioshock is a horror game.
Yeah.
It's definitely
The
no.
game's
I would,
fucking creepy.
It's creepy, but like, just because it has scary moments doesn't make it.
Or what
A
about
horror
Fear
game.
then?
Fear's yeah, okay, Fear. I'll give you Fear, but like maybe because in Fear you can just slow mo and just shoot everything in the face and then it dies, but the
Yeah.
game still scares you. So
What
like
about Left
Fear
4
might
Dead?
be the crux of or the weak link in my argument.
What about Left 4 Dead then?
Left 4 Dead, I don't.
That's
Left 4 Dead
not a
isn't
horror
going
game?
boo. Are
I
you
mean,
scared?
the fucking witches are scary and fucking.
You hear them
getting
from I don't
pounced
know.
on.
There's
That's,
no, like-
Which is
The game isn't like going out of its way
Dead
to try
Space.
to scare you.
Dead Space.
Okay.
Space.
The first
Dead
one.
Space is possibly
The first one, the second one's more action, but the first one is
the
like-
first. The
Dead
first
Space 2
I
had
didn't even think
a
about
pretty
Dead
good blend
Space.
between horror and action.
Mhm. Dead Space is a good example.
Alright.
That's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear people. Wanted to hear you guys bring up games.
Is this
that
how
have
you?
good
Is this how you
gameplay.
fight with people on Facebook? Because I don't think you're winning this one, dude.
No.
At first,
My
I thought you were going to say horror games are bad. That would have been a hot opinion.
Yeah.
No, I don't think horror games
Horror
are bad.
games are not.
I love horror games. They scare the fuck out of me, and I still like them.
Stay tuned for Aaron's hot opinion about how all RPGs are bad next week.
What? Yeah.
This brings us to which is better. I got a good one for you guys. You guys ready? Cheyenne, I don't know if you played both these games. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Um,
We'll see.
Mario 3 or Super Mario World?
Mario 3.
I have to say Super Mario World just because I didn't really play much Mario 3.
I don't think I've played either of these games enough to have an opinion.
You're trash, dude. You gotta fucking fix that.
I've
Nintendo,
played them
where's the
both, but-
virtual console?
Yeah, I would play
True.
them if I had a means to.
Mario 3 is the better game. Also,
That's what I've heard,
Yeah.
but personally, I played Super Mario World more. So I mean,
World has like the perfect like 16-bit art style. But Mario 3, like just all the secrets and stuff in it, where it's like a theater and it's like kind of like a play, like all the like hidden stuff that you can do in it is really fucking awesome. And World has that stuff, but not as much, I don't think. But this was a dud of a which is better, I guess. 'Cause
Yeah,
you guys
sorry.
were fighting about it.
You were excited about this too. Like I think this is
I
gonna
was
be good.
so excited. We didn't pick a
I
I
topic
feel like
of the
they've
week
all been
before we
good. It's
started.
just like I don't know, we're too similar on like, especially like the Bayonetta one. I don't know. I feel like,
Yeah, Bayonetta, that was gonna be a great one.
yeah.
And you guys fucking.
They're both good.
We didn't pick a topic.
How about,
of
how
the
about
week.
here's one?
Pick one, David.
Um,
All right, you go for it.
I got a which one's better.
Okay.
I already know my answer. You guys know my answer. What is better, BioShock 1 or BioShock Infinite?
Thought we
One.
already-
One.
Yeah, we
I
did
think
this, I thought.
One.
Did we?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we did.
Do I have
One
a,
is
am I having
better.
a fucking-
Yeah.
One is better.
What about
But
2 or
Infinite's good.
Infinite is better than 2.
No, 2 is better than Infinite.
Minerva's
I
Den is
played
better
two.
than Infinite, though.
That's true.
But Infinite is
I
better
think
than
2 is better.
No, it's not. That's trash.
That's the right opinion to
It's
have.
like 2 takes everything fun about BioShock away. Like 2,
does it?
2. When we were talking about the horror elements in BioShock 1, that's what makes that game. It sets it apart so well. And 2 just
Mhm.
takes that away.
Bullshit. What do you mean?
It just like you're not. It's not scary not being like as underpowered as you are in BioShock 1.
Dude, the fucking BioShock 2 is harder than BioShock 1.
Just because that's not what I mean though. Like it's not. And harder doesn't necessarily mean
You're
underpowered.
easier to kill in BioShock 2 because the enemies are stronger. Which means your argument. is
No,
null.
wait.
Yeah, I don't understand where you're going with that, but like I agree that BioShock 2 is not good.
You're fucking high as hell. BioShock 2 is great.
What? Okay.
What? Wobwa, what?
Take him
You
to task.
distinctly, specifically, out of all of our friends, for so long argued that BioShock 2 is a piece of shit, and now suddenly it's good.
Mm-mm. No, I always argued that BioShock Infinite was a piece of shit.
This was before Infinite even came out.
Mm-mm. BioShock 2 is good. I always thought it.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about? I played it like 3 times when it came out.
All right.
I have a fucking
Maybe I
Metacritic
just
review
fucking-
from
I
like
have memories that
2011
aren't
where I was
true.
like, this game is a masterpiece. Let me find it.
No.
BioShock
don't-
2 is great.
I'm not
I
sitting here and
disagree.
waiting for you to look up your Metacritic review. You fucking keyboard warrior piece of shit.
a great
What are we
game.
gonna do? What are we gonna do for fucking the topic of the week? I don't
I'm
have.
not going.
We don't have.
What the
to do
fuck does games that push through, that you pushed through?
We
You didn't like 'em, but you
answered this
fucking-
already.
You fucking beat them
Yeah,
even though
I
you
already
didn't want
told
to?
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got a couple of those.
What the fuck?
I didn't know what it
What
meant.
on earth does this mean? Oh,
I've read it
yeah,
as
that makes
pushed
sense,
you
that makes
through, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. Did they poop you
Games
out?
that
They pushed you
help
through.
you push through.
They're like,
You-
come on,
You have to
can
push.
do
You have
it."
to push him out when you're on the toilet. Like,
Oh gosh. Okay, we're done talking.
what do we
about
want to do?
Zelda,
That? All right,
you
let's do
pushed
that. Let's do
through.
that. What's a game you pushed through that you didn't like but you got through it, David?
Hang on, I'll think of one.
You
I
said
I mean,
you
I
had
tried to
these-
push through fucking Odin Sphere, but I got so fucking burnt out on that goddamn gameplay.
Mhm.
I need to fucking finish it, but it is so repetitive. It is like disgusting.
What about you, Aaron? Are there any games you just like? You're
Let me
like,
look
I'm
over my
finishing
shit.
this shit.
Andromeda is gonna be one of those.
Yeah.
Other than that, Final Fantasy X, dude. I wanted to beat that so bad, but I fucking. It gets to a point where like I had to grind to progress, and I just didn't want to,
Oh.
so I never did. So I guess I didn't push through it.
I got a better one.
Good
Uncharted
push.
1.
Yeah, that's a good one.
First Uncharted, I was like, I want to play the other ones, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna play the first one first, and it was fucking bad. I was
Nah,
like,
I
this
played it like
sucks.
The
a
game
long
doesn't-
time ago, so like I enjoyed it. Like I wanted to get through
It
it.
does not
Yeah,
hold
if
up
you-
at all.
If you
It
had
has
played-
some
yeah.
bad mechanics, like fucking you're ski-dooing down a river, and there's fucking
shit's
exploding
so
barrels coming
bad,
at you,
yeah.
like fucking Crash Bandicoot. I was like, this is terrible.
Bye guys, you don't get visual anymore.
What?
My phone just died.
Yeah, your
Oh.
phone just died.
Rip.
Dude, oh, it's so good. You're gonna love this when I show it. Cheyenne, what's the game you pushed through that you just weren't feeling?
I can't think of a game. If I don't like a game, like, I don't want to push through it. I just want to stop. I don't want to, like, force myself. I can't think of any game that I've played where I've been like, oh, I gotta finish this, even though I hate it. Like, if I don't like it, I don't think that I'll get any fulfillment from playing it anymore. just kinda
One that
dropped it.
came out this year that I pushed through because just like the third act of it is so weak was Gravity Rush 2, because like
Really?
basically like the first like there's a point in the game where it seems like it's over, and then there's a third act. Like there's the first 2 acts are a complete game, and it would have been great if it just stopped there. Then the third act of it is just like this segment that like, for whatever reason, like I'm assuming it's because like at a certain point during development they were like, we're not gonna get to make it Gravity Rush 3, so we have to finish this story. And it just becomes like way too much of like a grind, I think, and like not a grind in the sense of like you're grinding in the game, but a grind in the sense of like the shit that I'm doing right now is not fun, and like I'm like it is actively like the fun part of Gravity Rush was exploring the open world and like taking on little mini missions and like collecting the little cubes or whatever, and like it takes all of that stuff away from you and it's just beats you over the head with this story that's like kind of nonsensical and like isn't that great. That was one that from this year, and then another one I had pulled up was I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Fuck.
I
sort of
tip of my tongue.
I sort of pushed through Nier Automata at the end. I was like, didn't really turn into the mind-blowing.
You were loving that game.
I loved it. I loved the gameplay, but I thought the story everybody was hyping up was like actually very bare bones and like.
Bullshit! At first you loved that shit. I'm fucking calling you out on this, David. You fucking. I got receipts.
He did the same thing with Bioshock Infinite too. The first time he played through it, he loved it, and then the second, like when all the reviews.
Have you guys ever heard this term before? It's called the honeymoon period.
Yeah,
you see a piece of media and your expectations are, you enjoy it a lot more, and then you retrospectively look at it and you're like, wait a minute, there were flaws, and that's what happened with both of those games.
Oh, another one is Fez. Fez is like
Really?
great for the first like 6 hours, and then the puzzles get way too hard to where it's like I didn't even care, and like I just looked them up on the internet. And
Oh, The Witness, I had that.
like
same
shit.
problem.
Shit is like no, The Witness was fantastic. The
Witness got way too fucking
are the best. Witness might actually be the best puzzle game of all time, but
I guess
it's
with
better
Broken
than
Age. I had to like look up the
Witness is better than
some
Sudoku.
of those things. Some of
In
those
terms
like
of
hard
puzzles.
puzzle games, like I'm just gonna give up on trying and just give answers from the internet. Like
But,
I did
like,
that with
Fez,
Broken Age.
Like Broken Age, it like you're pushing through it, but like you actually cared about the story, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like Fez, I did it just to say I beat Fez. Like I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't care about the story of fucking Fez. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. But this has been the Current Gaming Podcast. My name is Charles Wade. You can find me on Twitter at Charles Tula. I wrote a review of Madden that you can read, and yeah, that's existing.
I read it.
Aaron, no, you didn't. Aaron,
Yeah, I did. Bullshit.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What did I say?
Whatever. Fuck off.
What did I say?
Wait,
Review
what
Madden,
happened?
About the
word-
I'm sorry,
campaign,
I missed
you
that.
talked about you compared the campaign to FIFA, and you said it's a step in the right direction, but it wasn't quite
That is
what it
I
needed
said.
to be to make the game great.
I mean, that was also the like little tagline at the bottom. So like, fair
Suck my
enough.
dick. I read the fuck off.
Aaron, what do you got going on? Cool.
Aaron,
Cheyenne,
cool.
what do you think
What do I think?
about Aaron not responding to us? Do you think he went
I
to the
mean that's
bathroom?
cool. I hope he's all right.
Do you think he went to the bathroom?
I hope not.
He just was
In the
here
middle
on-
of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean he's not on camera anymore. So.
Yeah, his phone
His
died.
phone died.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He's
well,
gone.
bye.
Oh,
Oh,
Aaron?
welcome back.
Aaron? Nope, he's gone.
Okay, well.
He muted himself and then unmuted himself. He's typing.
Discord's broken. It
It
won't
won't
do.
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 All right, show's over anyway.
All right, it won't
shut up.
do.
Whatever. Aaron pushed through fucking this podcast to the end of it, so
That's right.
That's his game. Cheyenne, where can everybody find you?
I am on Twitter at poopflowers.
See, you were the one talking about our poop talk earlier. You're like, you're all weird, but then
Yeah,
you have
but
poop in your name.
listen.
That's something you gotta.
Yeah, but I'm not a long pooper. Which I think it's wrong to take so
Damn.
long. You just gotta
Damn, man, she's
do
got
your
bars.
thing and
dude.
then leave.
Damn.
It's-
Don't do as you please. That's what Cheyenne says. Aaron's calling you a poop tweeter.
I
Says
don't-
David doesn't know how
I
to
don't
poop. A lot of poop shots coming from David or from Aaron.
Oh,
Hey,
well.
David, what is your Twitter and all that stuff? Where can people find
My guy Dave on Twitter and D__ on Instagram.
you? And we're gonna play Battlegrounds right after this, right?
I don't think so because I have other plans tonight.
You suck. Bye.